It's happened again, gang. Base rate has increased. We're now at 3.5% base rate, the Bank of England revealed today. And I wanted to make this video for business owners because it has a massive impact on you. It has a massive impact because your customers will potentially have less cash to spend into the economy. It could increase the cost of borrowing for your business, making you not want to invest or stealing cash flow from you because the cost of your loans have increased. That is definitely the case for me. But there are some good news. Why do we have base rate? Why do we have increasing interest rates? It's because we're trying to get inflation down. Last month, inflation was at 11.1% and it's now edging down to 10.7%. So this is good news. Inflation is coming down because global banks have been increasing interest rates to bring inflation down. So whilst yes, it's bad because the cost of borrowing goes up, but what that usually means is you can buy things more effectively. We're starting to see property prices come down, which isn't great if you own assets, but if you're going to buy assets, commercial property, residential property, you'll start to see yourself being able to do better deals and not pay an overinflated price. And those rising interest rates have seen shipping prices come down. And this is really important if you're a country like the UK that imports lots of stuff. I mean, tens of thousands of containers are coming into the UK every day. In 2019, it was about 1,500 quid for a shipping container. At the peak of the pandemic, it went up to £20,000. That bottleneck in supply chain drove global inflation to levels like we've never seen before. But now you can ship stuff from the Far East for about £2,000 a container. That's a huge saving, which is going to bring down the cost of products that you're buying in supermarkets, furniture, building materials. All of that will start coming down as that filters through the system, but it takes around 9 to 12 months to see the benefits. There's also some really good news when you get base rate rising. It's making the UK pound stronger. The UK pound at the time of recording this is 123 to the dollar. And I was in America just a few weeks ago and we was getting 110 to the dollar. So it was in parity once you had the conversion rates and the commission that you was paying to the Forex dealers. So that's really good news. We're getting a stronger pound that's going to make importing cheaper. I'm excited about that because I import hundreds of thousands, millions of pounds worth of stuff in our business each and every year. And I want the pound to be strong because it makes it cheaper to bring stuff in, which is going to bring inflation down. So let's just talk about base rate and where I think we're going to head. At the moment, we're at 3.5%. Well, if you look at that on a 300-year average, that's still historically low, but I think it's going to go up a little bit more, maybe 0.5%, maybe even a whole 1%. So we might get to 4.5% base rate. But as we stoke inflation down, we're starting to see that happen. It's my prediction. I don't know for sure. This is just my thoughts and views that within 12 months, we'll start seeing base rate coming down again, which is going to make the cost of borrowing cheaper because usually the levers that a bank has when we're going into recession, we're definitely going into recession right now, although I don't think it's going to be deep and as dark as other recessions, that the mechanism the bank has or central banks have to get economies going again is lowering that base rate to drive people to borrow money, invest in the economies. So I do see that start to happen in the next 12 months and that's going to be great for businesses again. But then we'll start seeing inflation go up because as it costs less to borrow stuff, people are prepared to pay more for houses and buying things and doing stupid decisions, and the circle just continues and continues. In fact, I'll see you here in about 10 years' time for another economic downturn. They always happen. They happen like clockwork. So see you in 10 years for another economic update on where we are with the latest recession. See you in the next video, gang. Ta-ra.